Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, to whatever time of day it is for you. I'm Trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor, and welcome to the show. Wow, it has been an exciting
Good afternoon or good evening.
You know what, guys? I
Whatever
always do
time of
that.
day it is for
Let me
you.
just kind
I'm
of mute
Trichologist.
out. There we go. I always have this show playing on the other on my YouTube page because I'm streaming live on my YouTube page. So, by the way, if you want to speak with me, you can do so by chatting me or you can email me. Welcome to the show, every one of you who are out there page or listening to me by the radio. I'm so excited about today's show because we've got so much to talk about. Wow, wow, and wow. But I'm going to work with my hair first because, guys, I always like to do that because, I'm still getting all you folks that says, it's natural, but it ain't easy. That is simply not true. It's natural and it is very easy. So I hope you guys had a great holiday. And, it's so crazy because every time I say, I hope you had a great holiday, I date the show. But, it's 4th of July. And I love it because you know what? I'm a summer baby and it's my birthday month. That's right. It's my birthday month. I am going to be another year younger and I'm too excited about that. So I'm going to work with my hair because, again, I always like to show you guys that we have great things that we can do with our hair and we can move it around. And if you're on the radio, I'm here live in the WDI studios and iHeart Radio. You can just okay. So I'm going to take my little scrunchie, kind of like that old robe or house coat or gown that you have at home. Strings hanging off my scrunchies so you can see how hair friendly it is. So it's a nice smooth fabric, so it's very hair friendly. So I took my little scrunchie off and it's cloth, so we don't have to worry about it being something that could cut the hair, like those bands that can cut. So this is as small as you want them to be. Okay, and then I would just want to kind of move my hair around. Yeah. And I did kind of a stretch. We're going to talk about how to prevent shrinkage today. So I just kind of stretched out my fro. This is like the absolute easiest way to do it. If you say, well, okay, I've been working all day and I have a shampoo and go or a shrunken fro or whatever I have, then I want to stretch my fro out. All you need to do is put moisturizer on it. And my Moisture Plus moisturizer is the go-to moisturizer for me. I absolutely love it because it just kind of, I don't know, it gives you some hydration, it raises your moisture level, and it's truly maintains that moisture level, but it also gives it a little bit of a not I have a product that's called the Moisture Plus, of course, but naturally textured hydration. I have all these moisturizers out there, but Moisture Plus is absolutely love it. It's kind of like the go-to. But there's some people. I met a lady at one of the Whole Foods stores where my products carried. And I met her, and she said, we just need something for that really, really African hair. And I was like, you're right. And so hydration really kind of was that birth of movement of word, just really hydrating. And so hydration is called hydration. So if you have super, super, super dry hair, then the product for you, the lens damaging process. So you can see it in bigger than the screen. Yeah, I just have a stretched out fro. And I'm just going to move it over to the side. because it took me a few minutes to open, and this is really soft. You want to have because and there are sure you have you and some break. So you want to be careful about that. Kind of doing what I call the French lacing, where I just kind of separate the curls. No teasing, ladies. I know that some of you out there are doing that. And then I did something, just where I just kind of lift it straight out. All right, so welcome again to the show. If you're just tuning in for the very first time or been tuning in all the time, I'm Trichologist Lisa Akbari, and for the next 50 minutes, I am going to be your hair doctor. My chat room is open, so you can chat with me or you can email me. If you want to chat, you can go to my YouTube page, and I see some of you are loading up now. Thank you, and welcome. Or if you want to email me, you can email me, Lisa, Lisa at LisaAkbari.com. All right, so again, as I said earlier, I am super excited about today's show because we've got some really cool topics today. Our girl, you know who I'm talking about, Mary J. Blige. She's done something pretty exciting with her hair. And I'm going to talk about what she's done. And I think, because she's been through a lot. So we're going to talk about her new move with her hair down at the Essence Fest. And she had like some seminars, and she spoke, and she's just a pretty cool girl. And she has this great voice. So, hey, but we want to let her be our celebrity here and talk about her hair. And then there's Chloe and Halle. Did I say that right? Halle, Chloe and Halle, like Halle Berry. Okay, what's up, Lisa? Those are the two cuties that followed Beyonce at these YouTube pages about her so much that she was like, wait a minute, I think I like these cuties. And so she's really behind them and helping them, doing a lot of things. And she these little cuties, they were at the Essence Fest as well, and they did some head wraps, and yeah, it was pretty cool. But here's the deal. We want to talk about these head wraps and really what they're all about, and how do you do this and be safe, because we don't want to get on a head wrap and not be safe, okay? So we're going to talk about that. And again, and we are always talking about this, but this is a special one. We're going to talk about sister locks. We talk about locks all the time, but sister locks, that we really want to do to our hair. And does it hurt? We've got patients who are saying that it's caused baldness. I'm going to give you an answer on that today. Are you in trouble with your sister locks? And if you wear them, how do you maintain them? And again, a topic that's always of discussion is how to grow your hair faster and longer. Are you growing hair? You lose that, break. What naturally color your hair? And if your hair is natural and you color it, is it still natural? That's a big question. Also, we're going to talk about how to decrease hair shrinkage. Remember, I did that today, so I said we were going to bring that back up, and we are going to do that. How do we make our fro stand out? That is a big deal with women with extremely kinky hair, and I have some great YouTube videos on it, and we're going to share all that with you today. And we're going to talk about a bride that embraced her baldness on her wedding day. That was a pretty cool thing. It's a great picture. I'll send you guys a link of that, and she looked elegant and exquisite. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And we've been talking about some celebrities who are wearing their short fro and cropped. But we want to say, are we doing this because, and we don't talk about bald, like alopecia. We're speaking of people who just kind of shave their hair, the head to their scalp. Are we doing this because our hair is damaged? Are we doing this because we just want the look? That's a big question. And if you have to do it, the big chop, as some folks call it, then what do we do to prevent that? Are we big chop because we want to transition, or are we just damaged, trying to get rid of damage hair? Big topic. And the blue jar of miracles, Vicks Vapor Rub. What does Vapor Rub? What does it have to do with hair? Oh my goodness, that's gonna be. I tell you. And the last one is, does mayonnaise treatments really work? Where are we? I mean, we're in 2017. Are we still putting mayonnaise or mayonnaise on our hair? Wow. Okay, we're going to talk about the pros and cons to that one, because I mean, let's face it, folks have their own way they want to do things. They have their own little home remedies and things like that. And I think it needs to be addressed. And my job here as a trichologist, and what I feel like I should share and give back to my community at large, is to just find a way to tell you what's the good, what's the bad about all this. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's get started with Mary J. Now, what is she doing with her hair? Wow, because she's just a pretty cool young lady, and she's been years, and we're all excited about her, and we want to support her. And oops, I think you said that, Judy Fraser. I'm not sure why, but I can't hear you. Guys, I have gone through this whole process, and my YouTube is y'all should be able to hear me. It looks like sound is coming straight through. Let's take a look. Let's see, can anyone else hear me? Good morning, everyone. Always love your show. Words of wisdom, Dr. Lisa. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, Judy Lane, check all your devices, because you should be able to hear me. Can everybody else hear me? Because let me just do my little check. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. Here we go. Everyone can hear me. I just did a little check. Okay. So come on, Judy Lane, check your devices. Maybe that's it. Okay, great. No, I've done all the show and no one can hear me. That would be bad. And I have been known to do that. So, okay. All right. So Mary J. Yeah, we said we were going to talk about her because, like I said, she is such a absolute fabulously, wonderfully cool lady. So I want to talk about her experience. As she's no stranger to protective styles. We know that. She loves to wear her protective styles, and she likes to have these fresh and fun styles, but she's doing something pretty cool this summer. She's at the Essence Fest. We know she was here recently, and she's got these braids. And not only does she have braids, she has to do it her way, the Mary J. Blige way. And she's got blonde braids, and they're like, and she's got the side shaved. So it's almost like this faux hawk. I mean, just like so much going on. And I think because there's someone else that did, Henson. I'm not here, doctor. Okay, so yeah, so I think Henson wore some faux hawk in the top, so that's coming around. These blonde braids, very simply gorgeous on her. I mean, she's wearing them. They're elegant. They're beautiful. She looks really, really good. Now, here's the deal. We have to look at a couple of things. I always want to give my comment on it. She's going to wear these braids. We need to talk about it. I mean, she's actually changed her whole star waist. I mean, did you see that picture where she had the jeans with the holes all the way up to the She's got it going on. But here's my deal. things that you want to watch. Number one, if she's going to wear blonde braids, then we need to look at whether or not she's coloring her own hair. Because for me, I think it's really she hair while she's wearing. We need to be sure that she's only coloring her hair, then putting the braids in afterwards. Because, and the reason for this is because we want to make sure that the in her hair in the braids. And I said that because some clients want these braids, put that color right on top of their is we want to make sure is if you're going to wear you don't need to relax your hair. And I know some of you say, well, I just want to make sure my hairline lays down. No, we have a product. Go on my website, at least comment. It's called Mud, and it will lay your hair down. Also, depending on the texture and the type of hair you have. In other words, how large your strand is and how kinky it is, you can actually, using my Moisture Plus moisturizer, you know, the one I use today. I told she's always do that as well. Color her hair with the braids in. We want to blonde and what she's doing with her beautiful blonde hair, and you can go to essence.com. You'll see her and a whole bunch of other folks on their Essence, I guess their red carpet Essence. You can see them and what they're doing with their hair, but we don't want the hair where you pull on the hairline to the point where you pull it from the follicle and you have baldness, sometimes temporary and sometimes permanent. So we want to really watch for that. That's Mary J. Blige. You go, sister, and keep up the good work because she has a great heart. I love her dearly, and she's just doing some cool things. And I just want to tell her to keep the faith, stay encouraged, and keep encouraging other women. Because this sister talk session that she did was really, really cool. Okay, Mary J, we love you. Okay, all right. So our next one was the Halle and the was it Chloe and Halle? They are these little cuties. That's what I call them. Our little cuties that you know, shoot, they were like, talk about being in the right place, doing the right thing. Chloe and Halle. What was this with Beyonce and just made sure that they followed her and they just loved her. I mean, you know, it wasn't like they were trying to just stalk her or anything, and they just loved what she did and loved her work and all that stuff. So I just think it's pretty cool. But anyways, they you know, they got recognition for it. She noticed it. You know, they noticed her. These two are just beauty icons in the making. I mean, that's all you can say about them. You know, we can always count on them too now to have a good hair and a style for the moment. And at Essence, they did not let us down. The sister duo, the singing sister duo, you know, and we know Beyonce signed them. Wow. Parkwood Entertainment, and they made an appearance on the center stage where everyone, it was like, wow. Yeah, and then while they normally wear their gorgeous locks and the cool hairline ways, this time they did something different. They wore these beautiful orange head wrap. Gorgeous, just simply beautiful. And well, actually, Chloe did this. Chloe wore hers in a beautiful orange hair wrap. It was like metallic and it was just gorgeous. And orange is one of my favorite colors. So, doing birthday month, that's a good thing to know, right? And so, I mean, she just off. I mean, it was like beautiful. And so I'm just going to talk about that a little bit because her outfit was gorgeous too and it matched it beautifully. Um, Head wraps. Can we wear head wraps? Can we be safe with head wraps? Yes, we can. And the way we can be safe with head wraps is to remember whatever portion of the head wrap, is several things, and I'm going to go through them quickly. Whatever portion of the head wrap that you put against your head, you want to make sure that that portion is hair and scalp friendly. How do you do that? You will need to make sure it has a smooth fabric. Now, if her head wrap is like on the inside like it is on the outside, she's probably safe. If it's cotton or wool or anything that's rough, hair is like a thread-like fabric. So you've got thread-like fabric here rubbing against rough fabric. So it has to rub against something full, something smooth. So you need some kind of like satin, tissue, lame. And the cool thing is there's so many fabrics that are treated to look like silk or satin. You don't have to have satin or silk. As long as it's a smooth fabric. And what you're going to do is two things. One, you're going to make sure that fabric is going to guarantee that you don't dehydrate your hair, and it's going to guarantee that you don't cause friction on the hair shaft, because when you cause friction on the hair shaft, then you cause problems with the hair tearing. Once you cause problems with tears, then you eventually cause once you cause with the tears, you cause poor elasticity. Once you cause that, then the hair can break. Okay, so while Chloe was pretty cool on the red carpet, and as her and sis Halle went out on stage, we want to make sure that we're safe using our head wrap. It's very important. And you want to make sure that there's two other things. You notice how her hairline, she had a little bit of peak of the center of the hairline out, but you notice how it was around her hairline. You want to make sure it's not so tight that it causes friction. Friction breakage and friction alopecia. What is friction breakage? Is where it rubs and rubs and rubs, and then it causes a problem with rubbing that hair off until it breaks into little short hairs, or friction out off till it causes the hair to rub right against the scalp and it looks bald. And finally, you want to keep them clean. You got to, because the cloth will hold bacteria, it'll cause itch, it'll be problematic. So something that will be great will turn into something bad. And we don't want that, because Chloe looked so cute, and so did Mary J. All righty, guys, those are our celebrity news, because I know you guys absolutely love hearing about the celebrity. So I always like to start off the show with that. Okay. Talk about sister locks, because there are lots of suggestions about sister locks and maintaining sister locks and all of these other things, but we got to make sure that we're okay with this and that we are doing the right thing with sister locks, because so many people wear them and they just do them right. But let me just say this. If you're just tuning in for the very first time, or if you've been tuning in all the time, every week with me, I'm Trichologist Lisa Akbari. You're here, doctor, and I'm here live in the WDI studios in iHeartRadio. And be sure to make sure that you follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube page so you will know anytime I'm doing a new show, then you'll know whatever I'm doing, and you can keep up. Okay, guys? All right, love you, love you, love you so much. Okay, there's all these videos on the do's and don'ts, how to keep your locks from drying out, how to get hair. I'm going to tell you guys, whether it's locked hair or whatever it is, it's pretty simple. First, hair is an appendage of the skin. Your hair is not just floating above your head, so your hair has to be protected and preserved. So while we have our favorite shampoos, we have our favorite things that we like to do, and think about it, ladies. You got to make sure that you're keeping that balance and keeping that base taking balanced. We can't think cosmetically speaking. Now, that's a part of it. So don't send me the emails and say, what? No, that's a part of it. But we've got to make sure that we have healthy hair and a healthy scalp. So, two things, and I say this all the time, whether it's sister locks or whatever, you have to create a clean, acidic, stimulated, hydrated environment for your scalp. And with your hair, you have to protect it and preserve it. So you have to have hydrated, and you have to have a strong. So you have to have protein and moisture with hair. Now, wait a minute before you say it. My loctician told me not to use moisturizers because they unravel. I get it. What you do is you turn. So you want to make sure that in your when you first started clocks, you want to make sure that with oil, because you're going to lock in that moisture level that went up. You're locking it into the hair. So in the infancy stage, yes, but as they get older, you want to actually, and they're permanently locked. You have to lift away to get the locks down. You can use your moisturizer. So let's go back to sister locks, because there's so many things that people are talking about. I mean, we've got people on telling you, okay, this is what you do. These are the products you use. I spray this on. I do this on. At the end of the day, I would have to say, if I had to vote for a lock, I would have to, let me give you the pros and cons. I would not vote for Sister Lock as my first choice. And let me tell you why. Hold on, guys, and get your questions up because I want to answer them. The locks are a beautiful expression. Let's talk about the pros of Sister Locks and why people love them. Sister Locks are wonderful in the way of its flexibility and versatility relating to your hair. You can literally roll a set sister locks. I mean, that's just how versatile they are. But, okay, and we'll keep going. Roll a set. So it looks almost like your hair is, I don't know, it looks like your hair is straight, or it looks like your hair is, it just gives you so much flexibility and versatility. So you can like plait them and roll them, or you could just roll a set them, or you can do so many things, twist them and let them hang, and then it gives a whole nother crimp look. So it's just great. So I think, and they're so small that they are just almost like little strands of hair, but of course they're not. But here's the difference I have with sister locks and why they wouldn't be my first choice. I have a problem with sister locks because sister locks will, if you're not careful, when they're locked, they pull on the follicle. And when you pull on the follicle, when I've examined patients who wear sister locks, what I notice is the lip of the follicle, the mouth, is turned outward because of the amount of tension that's put when they go in and lock it. And that's the problem. So what you're doing is you keep that follicle open, the mouth, where it should fit tightly around the hair. It's just open and it's dilated. Then you have pollutants that get in there, and those are just dust or debris, hair products, dead skin cells, and they just kind of rest in there, and then they'll solidify, creating blockages or chronic itch, and then you eventually pull that follicle to the point where that hair is prematurely pulled from your scalp. So they shouldn't make them tight to the scalp. And this is with braids or any other lock. It's the same thing. But sister locks, I find more of this than any other, which leads me to believe that you really need to look at the way sister locks are done. And we need to look at your loctician, and we need to make sure that they consider your scalp. Okay, guys? Other than that, I think sister locks would be a great expression. So do we have any questions? If you're just tuning in for the very first time, I'm Trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor. And today we are here talking about, oh my goodness, let's see. Somebody else said that they don't have a connection. It's Jackie seems to be going internet. The internet, Jackie, is going in. I've got all kinds of things going on with my hair. The internet is going in and out, so I do apologize for that. It's just one of those things. You guys think it's a holiday? All right, well, right now we have internet service, and I think we're doing okay. Let's go to, does anyone have a question for me? Hey, good morning, properly. Blow you guys a kiss, and I haven't done that. Here we go. Yes. Okay, so let's see if we have any questions. Now, I'm Trichologist Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor, and we're here live in the WDIE studios and iHeartRadio. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. My hair is doing something really funky and weird on the air, so let me see if I can go and fix that. So I will be, let's see if I can move this up and fix that on the right side. It just all looks like I have blocks on. Now, yeah, let's get that fixed. I'm going to pat my fro. Whimsical look. That's really what it was kind of doing. The little ends in there. And you know what this is? This is, like someone called me on this. These are these old hairs. I also conduct these studies on why we can't obtain length during my Get the Length program. So there are things that I know to be true. And so about if you don't dress your hair for bed properly, you know, deep condition properly, you will have some of these problems. So I will, long as I do these little studies, I'm going to continue to have these little wimpy ends, because you end up losing some of your precious layers, and you have these little pieces once you get toward the end where it's called a texture change, where the strand starts to get a little bit thinner. And so I haven't done as much of that now, but I'm still in that point where I am. But when I look back on the YouTube, realize, okay, that it was not looking too cute. All right, we're going to close out that chat box over here, and I have my chat room opened. Okay, so we've got some questions. Let me just kind of go down them, and I haven't read any of them. It says, there are a few videos on YouTube of people claiming to grow their hair 1 inch a month. Is that possible? And are they telling lies? I tried the egg and honey, the olive oil mask shown in some of these videos. Wow. Okay. All right. And this is Anna Lou. Anella Lou. I think I pronounced that correctly. And Respectfully Yours has a comment. We're going to talk about that in our Get the Length portion. She says, this video is, she knows it, but she just wants you to, this is so cool. She says, this video is almost 10 years old, but she just wants you to buy her shampoo. Wow. Respectfully Yours, I definitely want you to buy my shampoo. I definitely do. But that is not why I do my videos. And I always like these comments, guys, because these comments keep me fresh, keep me aware, keep me, ready. And it's so important. Yes, I do have a business. I do sell hair products, and I do make a profit from selling my hair products. And I do want you to buy it. You know why I started this with my talking about my products? I had so many people to say, you know what? It's like I go to the doctor and you don't give me a prescription, but you tell me something's wrong. So that's why I online like this through my conversation, because I know what I do with my hair products. I stand behind what I do with my hair products. And so therefore, I want you to have the best. And I feel like my products are. Now, am I saying that there are not any other good products out there? Of course there are. Get apples for apples. That's all I tell my patients. I say it's not a hard pill. You don't have to be on it for the rest of your life, but you have to condition, want to have healthy hair and healthy scalp. So with that, you have to have a product. But I also believe, and I'll close with this for respect, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you don't need my product, don't buy my product. But if you need a shampoo that is great, gentle, it balances the hair, it clarifies the hair, it's friendly to your pH, then my product is the one. And she said, how often should we shampoo with your shampoo, of course. I love you, respectfully yours. You're so cool. All right, with my shampoo, of course, respectfully yours. You should shampoo any when the hair is dirty, and after about 7 days, the hair is filthy, and 3 days it's dirty. So, wait a minute, sisters. I know that you guys are really concerned about drying out your hair. If you think you are, um, with something that's going to remove the build debris, you're clarifying, which by the way, clarifying means to put it a pure natural state. It doesn't mean to strip. Stripping remains natural and unnatural. Clarifying only removes unnatural. And then you want to make sure that you clean. If you're busy, like if you're swimming and sweating, you can shampoo every day. If you are working out, you don't want to leave that sweat on your scalp more than 48 hours, but you got to have a shampoo that works. Thank you so much. Respectfully yours. You are the best. I got to send you a link. I love it. I love it. Okay, back to the clean. We're going to go do that one last. Okay, so we have, oopsie, I think I may have clicked on it. She said, my husband commented, thank you for the info. It's very helpful. And she said, how can I send you questions? Send me questions to my at LISA AKBA. Okay, guys. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in for the very first time, I'm Trichologist Lisa Akbari, like Blackberry. You're here, doctor. And today we're here talking about hair. We talked about Mary J. Blige and how she's rocking her new locks, not her new braids, blonde braids, nonetheless. And we were talking about Chloe and Halle and how Chloe is wearing her head wraps. We've talked about sister locks, and we're going to get back onto the show because I want to get the rest of this in my 5 minutes. We want to talk about growing longer hair because we just had a question about that. Okay, are we growing hair? How are we growing longer hair? Here's the deal, and I get the length program. So if you really want or you have questions about you need to see if that's really what you're trying to do or need to do, or you need to see if that's something that you are just you're trying to obtain length. And there's a difference. Growing from your scalp, attain length from your strand. If you have hair that has grown above your scalp, in other words, I don't care how short it is, but it's there, no bald spots, then you grow hair. You're trying to obtain length. You guys have heard me talk about it all the time. So this is what you got to think about. When these folks tell you that you can use, and let's go back, and she was saying, I think she said with mayonnaise. We're going to talk about that as well. Mayonnaise and all these other things. And I think you mentioned, honey, I want to get back to their box. Or she said was used on YouTube. Like I think she said honey, and I was trying to get back to her question. Here we go. Let's see, claims it said she can grow an inch in a month. Now I want to address that part first. In order to grow hair, like we said, we're growing it from the scalp. In order to get an inch every month, it has to be genetically linked, or you have to be a certain age. When you are baby all the way up, like an infant all the way up to maybe 20s, your hair is growing at a great rate of about an inch every month. If you are, once you get older, 20s and beyond, it slowly starts to slow down. And you've got a half an inch every month. And sometimes it's either less. Sometimes, and again, it's all genetically linked, as well as age. You can grow, because it still grows. Your program, you can grow up to an inch. That's how you grow hair from your scalp. Now, she said, is it possible to try egg, honey, and olive oil mask? She's tried all those things, and she said they just don't work. And the reason for that is because you growing hair from your scalp, you getting length from your strand. Now, if you're using things like protective styles, and then I see these people all the time. They have these wonderful YouTube page, protective styles, and they're wearing their hair beautifully. Let's see, make sure age. Yeah, we still have sound. Okay, they have these protective styles and wearing their hair beautiful. And they're like, okay, well, I have this wonderful protective style, and now I'm going to take my protective style out. I've worn it for 9 months, and then I'm going to show how long my hair is. Well, your hair is covered. You're going to get longer hair. It's like people who wear braids or locks. Locks should just grow down to the floor. And the reason they grow that long is because they're not actually growing that long. You're obtaining length. Your hair is shedding. When I look at locks, things under the microscope, what I see is that hair shedding, but it's holding on to that particular two things. It's holding on to that hair bulb. So the locks will grow even further. Now, with people with braids and protective styles, they'll get longer hair, but it will not grow long as Macy's locks, because when you do take the braids down, the protective style down, then you've got this situation where the hair is now, the natural shedding is gone and it's going away. So you have to really be careful to make sure that you understand that you're going to lose that hair. Let me make sure we get this microphone, because my hair still looks like it's doing something weird. You guys know how I am about my hair. Okay, all right, let me see if that helped a lot. Okay, so there's the thing. There it is. So when you put these masks and mayonnaise mask and all these masks on there, you're not really getting it. You're just not going to get it. You're not going to get length. What you have to do is you have to protect and preserve the hair. And how do you do that? Number one, you have to deep condition. And your deep conditioning is depending on your hair, if it's damaged. But you have to deep condition if you have pretty healthy hair. You're just not getting length. You have to keep the hair, you have deep condition at least once a week. At least. If you have damaged hair, you want to deep condition twice a week. Wearing protective styles, no worries. I have plenty of patients that want to keep their hair, but their hair is just way too damaged to even manipulate. Their elasticity is very poor, so I have them shampoo, what I call shampoo on top of their plaits. So it's kind of like a protective style, but you got to shampoo and condition on top of them. And I give them this technique of how to get that shampoo and conditioner into those hair strands and into the scalp. So you have to keep the hair. The other piece is you have to make sure if you're going to wear length, you're going to get length or longer hair. You have to daily hydrate and balance the hair. The hair needs protein and moisture. So I use something called hair vitamin, and hair vitamin it hydrates and it proteins my hair. So protein is not a problem as long as it's balanced with moisture. And if you do that, you will start to have length. Now you have to make sure you don't over manipulate, like detangling. Detangling is a problem. Detangling literally causes a problem with the hair. And I know, guys, I know that you detangle if you have natural hair, but detangling causes a problem because detangling will create tears because you're now pulling and doing what I call forced elasticity. So you're pulling the strand, and the strand is like, okay, I can't take this. So it creates a little microscopic tear, and eventually it just breaks. Because with the tear, you lose elasticity. When you lose elasticity, it breaks. Okay, guys? So you're going to be okay. You just need to really, really, really think about it. And so I make it really easy for you. And here I go. yours. I love her. I have to blow you a kiss because you just, you're keeping me on my game. But here I go. I'm going to promote one of my programs, the Get the Length program. It's great, and it gives you all the instructions on how to focus on your end. So here it is. If you have a product you love, or if you want to order my products, you have to focus on the ends daily. You get your length from your ends. Whenever I lose, like I have those little stress balls, and whenever I see those come off, I say, there goes my length, because that's where your length is. So you guys got to be careful with that. All right. So if you have a special email you want to send me, do it, because I'd love to hear from you. These other topics in, since I said we were going to do it. Okay. All right. So here we go. So we talked about the length. We talked about getting hair longer, coloring the hair. Oh my goodness. Color this hair naturally. How are we going to do these things that we said that we could possibly do? Okay, here we go. To this. All right. Now, there it comes in categories. You have like with shampoo in, shampoo out, or it'll dissipate. Semi-permanent, permanent. So with temporary, basically what's going to happen when in shampooed out, with the permanent, you're going to deposit color into the cortical. Deposit colors into the cuticle, and they're going to last a little bit longer. Temporary, you can also do temporary by staining the top of the cuticle, which I told you it could bleed. It could get on your pillowcases. And when I say bleed, it just runs in your face if you work out, things like that. So we don't want to do that. But the semi-permanent, if you're going to color, like covering gray, I see people using permanent color to cover gray. No, you can actually use a vegetable rinse, which is a semi-permanent deposit. You can use that. And then, of course, you have semi-permanent stains, which go on top of the cuticle or temporary. You don't want to do that. So if you're going to cover and you want to put your lighting there, you want to cover the hair, dark pigments in, you can use, always stay with your semi-permanent rinses or your vegetable rinses. Now, thing do, and this is pretty something. I want to get to this YouTube video that talked about lighting your hair naturally. It's nothing natural about what they're talking about. Okay, but if you're going to do permanent color, this is the only way, if you have dark hair, that you can lighten the hair. So what you have to do is remove dark pigments from your hair. You're going to remove dark pigments from your hair, then you're going to take the color that's in the cortical fibers and you're slowly lifting them out. It just gets lighter. Now there's something on YouTube. They talk about baking soda, and then they use, I think, peroxide, and they use honey, and they make this little solution. Well, it's basically just putting together bleach. That's really what it's doing, because the most active ingredient in that is the the peroxide color. So it's now a chemical. So it's not natural. So guys who saw that on YouTube know that and think you're natural. Now, are you natural? If you have natural hair and you color it, no, you're no longer. If it's permanent color, you're no longer, because at this point you have now taken that natural hair. It's no longer. It's still kinky, same type, but it has lost its color, so it's no longer natural. Keep that in mind. And if you're going to color your hair, otherwise, questions, you can email me, Lisa, chat room, because I think ends. I promise you that. Okay, what you want to make sure is that you understand that when you're stretching your fro, you're stretching it from the hair close to the scalp. Oh my goodness, I'm showing some white hairs. Okay, hair close to the scalp. So you got to get down to this hair. So you start on one side of your head. You put your moisturizer on the hairline. You get, excuse me, you put it on the ends. And then after you put it on the ends, because that'll allow you to open up your hair, and then you just put it on the hair close to the scalp. Okay, there we go. You get the little part there, close to the scalp, and then you take your fingers and your thumb and you slide straight down. You do that from ear to ear, front to back. So you're going over, and then you pull it back again in a scrunchie. And once you smooth it back in a scrunchie, then you just let it sit. And you always want to take your end and tuck it. So if I put my scrunchie on, I'm going to put my scrunchie on. I'm going to tuck my end. And what that does is give you that extra stretch on your ends. So once you do that, I hope y'all can see me. I'm going to turn to the side. You see that little here? And then you tuck those ends. So it's like a little ball here. And so once you do that, then that stretches the ends as well, as I said. And then you take it off, and voila, it's stretched out. Now, you don't take it off that quickly. I've already stretched my hair. But actually, on my way into the studio this morning, I actually just used that, put the scrunchie on and the moisturizer. And when I got here, I had a fro that was stretched out. And I seriously had a very tight fro before I came. What I'm going to do, and I just got to remember to do this, I'm going to actually come in with a shrunken fro, hopefully next week, and email me, guys, to remind shrunken fro. It will be big and full. So it's really not magic. It's okay, respectfully yours. It's my hair product I'm promoting again. She said all she want to do is she'll sell her shampoo. I told her, yes, I do. And I say, yes, I'm going to sell this moisturizer because it works. It works. And so, yes, I'm going to do it and show you just how you can get